So this is the driveway. Randy's already been here, and we got made it a little bit wider. There's the tree that was shading the mailbox, and that's a lot of debris from some big tree that fell in the cul-de-sac. So I'm gonna try not to make anybody sick. There you see the root base of the tree by the mailbox. Mike Sela got a picture of me even with my arms fully extended. I cannot reach the top of it. So Randy came by, and one of the big holes I have by the driveway, he helped make he's going to completely pull the trunk of this tree. It had a root base like the one I just showed. So I had these two big holes I could have fallen into backing out. And he's going to cut the trees so that they just fill the holes for me. So that's one problem he's solving for me. And I'm going to pause a minute while I walk around to the... Well, no, okay, I'll just keep going and try not to do too much handheld camera sickness. Here's Brandon's tree that fell onto his pool. And there's some of his deck. Right now, I know how it feels to have lost a lot and have people gawking. It's not happening here, but it sure happened after the fire. So here's some more. I'm just not being very artistic about this, but here's the back of the house. You can see the flower pots, bits of the old deck that were under the new deck, now out in the yard. That is about, I would say, 6 inches of stuff that washed up from the marsh. That's down, something down. Those some logs that Travis and Randy had stacked for me after trimming some of my pine trees have washed all over the yard. So, but my little wedging of the deck chairs worked. They were too stiff to fold up and put more neatly than that. Here's more, another tree down, if you can tell. And these are more of those logs that were neatly, or I would say artistically stacked. And more of the deck, more chairs that I did my best with this deficient body. More logs everywhere. Somebody else's piece of tree is in my yard. There's a big branch down. This is all marsh reed, and I'm going to leave it because it makes, I'm assuming it'll be good mulch. We're not going to do anything but let it rot as it will. And here are more things down, more things down, more things down. I used to not be able to see that house over there. Don't know if I can capture it, but there, a cedar tree that went down was blocking that. Here's another piece of somebody else's tree. There. Randy found a couple of bottles. One he thinks is a really good antique Jim Beam, so he's taking that. Yeah, see that root base, if you look in the middle, that was a cedar tree that was kind of giving me a little more privacy than I'll have now. More stuff down, more stuff down. But here's something wonderful. That pine tree is going to be the new place for cranes. It's survived, it's dead, and everything that was still attached with leaves has flown away or blown away. So the birds really like a bare tree to sit in. Okay, instead of a partridge and a pear tree, we have cranes and a bare tree. Oh, I know that's awful. And more. Now over here was where we'd built a little bit of a a dike, not a dike, but a seawall out of things that had been cut down. And it actually didn't do badly at all. You can see the grass is not encrusted with reeds. There's that, Roy would know, that's our tree that you made tea from. It's down, but those are native plants, so they'll come back. And, okay, I'm going to pause this and I'll go over where the canoe is. Another view of the logs. Notice the firewood did great. It stayed right where it was. Okay, heading over to the canoe, more down to stuff. There's a big branch down. The canoe actually found itself a safer place to be. It was out where it could have floated away while it was still upside down, and but it did not. And hoping to get that bailed this morning. Okay, some of this I'm seeing for the first time too. Yeah, there's more downed stuff. Little path I'd made is not really quite as nice. Neighbor's fence. Oh, look at this. This is where the grass grew up after we took down another storm took down a fir tree that was standing, a cedar tree that was standing right here. And all this grass came back. Didn't even know, I'd never even seen it because it had too much shade to thrive. And there's, let's see, after one storm I washed up that nobody ever claimed. Got some boards, and, okay. Yeah, that was the back of my iPad. That redness, sorry. And there's another view of the canoe with by a downed branch. Another view of the tree that Randy's gonna pop back in place, root, the bottom part anyway. That was an open path to the curb. It's where I used to put the garbage. It will be cleared probably in no more than 2 months. So, panning, I know this is dizzying. Japanese plum down, but the birds make sure they get scattered about the yard. So there's not much to see on this side. It looks, it fared very well. So, there is my, oh, also I left these garbage cans out and they didn't fly. That was nice. Okay, all done.